Shortly after the blackberry incident, it was a weekend, me and my dad were home, and it was afternoon, and he says, while he's watching the game, I want you to go out there and cut the lower branches off of that pear tree in the backyard there behind the house. He said, it's in his way when he mows the lawn. He keeps hitting his head on the branches. He says, please cut them for me. He says the ladder's in the barn, and the other stuff he'll need is on the porch, the cutters and the saw. So I said, cool. So I go out there and I get the stuff. I go get all set up out there. And the first thing I do is to start with the lower branches. I pick up the saw and I start literally cutting the first branch. And a few swipes into it, all of a sudden in the top of that pear tree appears a round ball, glowing like the orange ball I saw at the blackberry bushes, but smaller, probably about, I don't know, 5 inches in diameter, sitting up there perfectly round with that alien face again. And that, I know it's an alien face now. I didn't know back then, but there's a face in it, and it's making a weird noise as it's sitting up there. Immediately dropped the saw, ran in the house. I said, Dad, there's something in the tree. And he was annoyed because his team wasn't winning. I said, oh gosh, what's going on? He said, what's up? What's going in the tree, Mike? I said, I don't know, but you got to see it. He goes, all right, fine. He says, let's just go see what you're talking about. So he goes out in the yard and he looks up in that tree and he goes, what's up there? And I see it's gone. And I said, it was up there. I said, there was a ball with a face in it. He said, oh no. He says, there's no ball with a face in that tree. He says, give me the saw. I will cut the branches. So he's here, give me the ladder. And he starts with the upper branches. He goes in there and starts with the upper branch. I guess he's going to work down. He gets up there with the first saw, the same saw I used, and he starts cutting the branch. And as soon as he starts swiping into the branch, the whole ladder starts going shaking. He almost loses total balance, falling off the ladder. And he says, grab the ladder, I'm going to fall. So I grab it and hold it, and with that, he just hacks the rest of that tree completely off. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, after that was over with, and I thought about that incident, and every time I see something, my parents don't see it. They don't believe it. Neither one of my parents, my mom or my dad, have seen or believed it, okay? And the thing of it is this is a real thing that's happening to me, and I'm seeing it, and having no support from your parents is a big thing when you're a kid, okay? And basically, the way I look at it with that tree, when I think back on it, it's like they were almost protecting the blackberry bushes and the tree, the fruit, the stuff that maybe the high-energy foods that maybe this is what I'm ascertaining as an adult, maybe the high-energy foods that they eat, that they like off this planet. One of the things that they've put us here to, well, cultivate. And every time something like that's happening, that we're picking blackberries or hurting a tree, cutting down a pear tree, and it didn't need to be cut. It's just because he wanted to have it higher up, okay? It was growing really beautifully. It's like they were guarding the garden and they didn't want him to touch it. And it's just really bizarre when I think about that. And if he only could have seen and understood, I think he did. I think he understood more than I'm saying. He just was frightened by it all and just didn't want to get into the subject. But very odd incident.